everyone, welcome back to Rock Security. My name is Roxana and I am bringing you another episode of personal security. Today we're gonna talk about passwords. Oh my god, passwords, so many passwords everywhere. We're gonna talk about what makes a password a good password, how to secure a good password, and any other behaviors around passwords and what you should do to secure your password. Let's get into it. Passwords. Passwords protect your computers, phones, tablets, online accounts, banking accounts, and whatever digital thing you have. Your online accounts can range from banking accounts to your Facebook account, which your Facebook account now can link to almost every single other account that you have online, and so on. The big danger with it is the fact that any unauthorized access can cause very dangerous action. Somebody can steal your identity, somebody can steal your bank account details, therefore your money. Somebody can impersonate you and do some malicious things out there, and so many other things. So having a good password and having a secure password and knowing how to secure your password, it's extremely important. Now, you might be asking, how is my password gonna be correct? Or how are they gonna guess what's my password? Well, good question. First of all, they're dictionary attacks. Think about a dictionary. What's a dictionary? It's a list of words. It's a book of words and what they mean. But they take all those words, hackers, they take those words, they take common phrases, they take common passwords, and I'm gonna put a list on the screen with the top 10 common passwords that Forbes has put together, and so many other common things in so many different languages. Therefore, it's very important for you not to use those common passwords. I'm gonna link down below the articles that align those type of passwords, and Forbes has put together the top 100 passwords that are very easily cracked. So please don't use those. Another thing is guessing. And that guessing is based on social engineering. I'm gonna make another video talking just about social engineering and how hackers or attackers can take so much of your information and make a profile on yourself, and then they can impersonate you and so on. But with passwords, it's very important for an attacker, for example, to go into your Facebook page, especially if you have a public Facebook page, and just put some stuff together, the name of your pet, your date of birth, and so on, and they can try different combination of those things, and they can figure it out very easily how to crack a password. There's also extremely complicated algorithms that can figure out your password, so do please have a very strong password. Another thing is phishing emails. And I'm gonna talk, the next video is gonna be about emails and emails etiquette and how to protect yourself from it. But I'm gonna say it from now. Do not click on any weird or like unknown emails. If it comes from an unknown address, do not click on it. If it looks suspicious, do not open any attachment, do not click on any link, do not, please do not do any of that, because they can be spam emails, they can be, and I'm gonna talk about spam emails as well, they can be phishing emails, or they can be asking you straight up for your password. Please, whatever they say that they need from you, or whatever they're asking you, whatever scare they're trying to put on you, please do not click on those emails, and please do report them If you work for a company and you got an email from the company, please do report them to your IT help desk. And if it's in your personal email, just mark them as spam, delete them, and do make aware your other people in your household, your friends or family, everybody that you know. Do not click on those things. It's my personal announcement. Don't. Please don't. I'm begging you. Do not do that. Another thing is shoulder surfing. Shoulder surfing is when, for example, you're in public and you introduce your password in a coffee shop, for example, and somebody's watching over your shoulder, or over your head. You know. Please make sure that you are protected and you do not introduce very sensitive passwords, or any password for the matter. While you're in public, there is a risk for somebody to be looking over you. So for example, if you're in the train, you're commuting, when you're introducing the password, I can't show you because I'm filming on my phone, but like have your phone and then just look a bit down so you're the only person who sees that password introduced, and then just move on. Also, if you're in public and if there's public Wi-Fi, I would recommend not to use it, and especially not to use it when you're using your banking details. Don't introduce any password through the public Wi-Fi. Don't log in, don't do your banking through the public Wi-Fi. Please use your 4G or whatever your internet it is on your phone, or wait to get home to your private network and wait for you to connect to your private Wi-Fi. Do not do those type of things, and I'm gonna explain you why in a further video and what's the problem with public Wi-Fi's. People might be snooping out there, and one and two, talking about shoulder surfing, there are a lot of people who look over your shoulder, take your bank details, take your codes, and run with it and spend your money, and we don't want that to happen to you. Another thing is using passwords from accounts that have been hacked. I'm gonna link down below a website that you can just introduce your email address, and they will tell you if that email address has been involved in any sort of hacking scandals that has been reported. It is very important. It will show you the websites where it's coming from and so on. So do please check your email addresses. It's very important, and make sure you secure those accounts. If you find any, secure those accounts, change their password, lock the accounts, and don't use the same password that you've used on those accounts. Another public announcement: don't use the same password to multiple accounts. And also, do not use patterned passwords. I have a solution for you, but I'm just telling you from now on, do not use pattern password, do not use common password. And now, let's talk about what makes a password a secure password. First of all, there is a very simple rule. One, a very long password is a secure password. If you want to please don't put A, B, C, D, E, F, because that's easy to guess. But if you want to put a very random lyric that you like, put that very random long lyric that you like. A lot of cybersecurity professionals recommend that you would use at least 8-character password. I recommend at least 12. I listened to a podcast the other day. The team leader of a so-called red team, which technically is purposely getting into a company and trying to hack the company. It is very illegal. They're getting paid to do that. Their biggest thing when cracking passwords is the fact that they never get to 12 characters, because there is at least one person in the company that has a 6-character password or a very common password, and it's so easy to crack. So please do, I recommend more than 12 characters password. The longer, the better. If you want to put 20, you do you, boo. 2, a very strong password contains the following, a combination of the following thing. Lowercase, uppercase, alphanumerical characters, which is letters, numeric characters, And I recommend symbols, asterisks, dots, dashes, brackets, any type of brackets, squiggly brackets, as long as the system that you're introducing the password accepts those characters. Combine as many things as possible and try to make it for yourself. I have a solution for you. With all those regulations and with all those rules and recommendations, I do understand it's very hard to keep track of your passwords. And 1 and 2, like, how are you supposed to remember which password you use for which account? There is a solution. And that solution is called password managers. We love the word password managers out here. The most popular password managers are LastPass, NordPass, and if you're a Mac user, you can use Keychain Access as well. It's very important to use one of them or to do your research for any other ones. I do recommend, if you're not a Mac user, I do recommend, or if you have iOS device and then you have an Android phone and then you have a Windows machine and so many different things, I do recommend using either LastPass or NordPass. They, first of all, can autocomplete your password when you log into something. Extremely easy to install. And the most important thing, they're all encrypted. And their security behind it, it's insane and it's really good. So please use one of these options. And also do a bit of your research. Maybe there are other options out there. These are the ones that kind of popped into my mind and the more common things that I've seen people using. Please use a password manager. It's very important. And those password managers are also going to help you a lot with remembering passwords and keeping your password secure. Because we get into the next thing. Very, very, very important. You say, I have Chrome. My Chrome saves the passwords. And Google encrypts those passwords. Yes, very important. And some people are saying, yeah, but it's more convenient for me to use the Google saving method of passwords and accounts and so on. And Google indeed encrypts their passwords. But how's your Google account secured? If you want to use Google, please do. But please do make sure that that Google account is very secure. And this leads me into my next point, which is you can have all these solutions. You can have NordVPN, you can have LastPass, you can have key access, you can have whatever. But if the account that those passwords are saved into has a very weak password, you might as well post those things online. All of your password can be online because honestly, the attacker just has to access your Keychain Access account and they have all your passwords. It's not that hard. They can just hack into your Apple ID if your Apple ID password is very weak. And that's it. If you're using Google or any other account, if that account is protected with a very weak password, there's no point of going through all of this if you haven't secured the main thing to get. Like, there's no point of putting things into a safe if the PIN code to the safe is 1234. You get what I'm getting into. Another thing, a lot of people are saying this is way too complicated to set up. You're technically writing everything down into a notepad on your phone or on your computer. And I want to tell you something. Apple, Microsoft, any sort of notes out there, most of them don't encrypt the data. Apple doesn't encrypt their notes because you shouldn't be writing sensitive data on your notes. Think about that. I don't think Microsoft does it either. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think it does. So you might as well write them into a notebook, like a physical notebook, and then just leave it at home. And that's more secure than you writing it on your notes app on your phone. Like, please, please, please do not write your account, password in any of the notes app. It is very insecure, and anybody that has access to your phone or your devices can find that. And yes, you say, I trust my friends, but do you really? Just put it out there. Another thing that can kind of be considered as protection passwords are, I mentioned pins. Pins are very important, and we use pins for locking our phones, protecting our bank cards, and locks, and so many other things that use pin. And pin is another form of a password. For the most part is 4 numbers, but some companies like Apple implement a 6-digit number, which is very important because it increases their security and so on. So if you can choose to use a longer pin, please use a longer pin. But as I mentioned, with passwords, do not put any date of birth, do not put any anniversary dates, do not put any numbers that can relate to some sort of valuable date in you. I would prefer you to put a very, very random number than put a date of birth. Make it up. Just make up a day in your mind that only you know that something very special happened to you, and use that. Don't post any of that on any of your social media. We're gonna talk about social media in a later video as well. So yeah, it's very important for you to have a very strong PIN as well as a very strong password. Another form of identification is biometrics, which ask any IT professional and they're quite excited about biometrics. Yeah, it's easy. The technology behind it, it's just amazing. We still have plenty of things to do towards it because it's not perfect as of now, and it has a lot to grow and a lot to improve, but biometrics are great. They're another form of identification. There are a lot of problems with privacy and so on, and you can't secure your biometrics, for example. You can't change your biometrics. So that's another form of identification that I personally would recommend for you to use. Do your research into privacy to see if you feel comfortable for those things to be out there and for how long. I just want to finish with security, cybersecurity, and securing your data and keeping yourself safe. It's very much of a trade between being extremely secure, like not connected to the internet and anything, and being convenient. And if you would ask any person that's passionate about cybersecurity, they will say it's very much of a complicated subject, because the more secure you are, the less convenient things are, and the other way around. So it's very important for you to make your own research, and this is one of them. And it's very important to make the right decisions for yourself. And I am not giving advice, I'm giving recommendations, and I'm just bringing a bit of awareness to all of you out there on the interwebs. That would be it from me with passwords today. Let me know if you have any questions down below when it comes to passwords, how to secure your password, and let's start a beautiful conversation down in the comments, and let's bring awareness to secured passwords. Thank you guys for watching. Please do like and subscribe and get into the conversation down below, and I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!